Hello and welcome to Life Less Ordinary. It has been bucketing down for the last 2 days, so the ground is super wet. We've had a few water issues, but after a good rain is a great time to be able to clear garden beds because the ground has absorbed some of the moisture. It's easier to get weeds and other things out. So what I wanted to show you was a garden area that's out the front, which we tend to, which my plan is for us to have flowers in, but it's something that we've been trying to keep on top of weeds by putting lots and lots of wood chip mulch on it, but it's an area where we had some fruit trees which weren't doing well at all, so we've pulled them out, but in the year since we've obviously left some roots in there, and there's suckers growing through. We've got a bit of an issue with buttercups, which are prolific, and trying to keep on top of that. We've got some herbs in this area that we need to sort of tidy up or remove, and there's a big lot of rhubarb, which it's probably not the best place for it to grow because this area that I'm talking about is actually along the front here, and I've talked about this area in other videos before, but all of this area is treated timber. So that in itself creates its own issue if we're growing food in there, because the treated timber does leach certain chemicals into the soil, one of which is arsenic. There are other things as well. So it's not the best for growing food in. However, this whole area is actually quite wide. And our fifth son asked if he could possibly grow some potatoes somewhere, and I was thinking that maybe right along the middle of this area might be the place that he could do it. We do, as I said, we do top this up with wood chip mulch, so it's actually really fertile, this area. We've been dumping wood chip mulch here for 10 years to try and get on top of any weeds and whatever. So it is actually quite a good soil. When we look at it, it's good soil to grow something in. So what we're doing at the moment is pulling things out and getting it ready for planting some potatoes in there. So Sim's already done a lot of the hard work, and I had said right at the beginning of this video about the suckers that are growing up. So this is from an apple tree that was here, and this is from a pear tree that was here as well, which we pulled out I think a year and a half ago maybe. So Sim's tidying that up, but this is why we're getting suckers, because this is how big the root system was just for that apple tree in here, and there's another one here as well. So we don't know if we've gotten it all, but that's a substantial amount of fruit system that he's managed to get out. So the plan is, I'm trying to get the other kids out to pull this rhubarb out. I actually want to replant. There's enough here that I can divide it up and put it in a couple of areas. So one or two down in the potager garden down the back, and some of it into the herb garden just outside the back door. Some of the other stuff we might leave in here. So we've got thyme here. Now I've got a number of different thyme plants out the back, so I don't necessarily need this for thyme as a herb, but it's good as a pollinator. The bees love it, and it kind of looks nice, particularly when it comes into a little bit of flower, and it's nice foliage as you're walking down down this step area here. There's also a whole heap of oregano in the back there. I mean, that could stay here. Again, with the herb garden out the back, I do have oregano out there. It's nice having quite a substantial amount of that between the two areas because it's good in for the chickens. So a lot of these things, the thyme, the oregano, can be used for herbs for the chickens in their nesting area, but also for them to eat and to keep them healthy, but also to sort of repel insects a bit in their areas. Anyway, so that's the plan with this area, and as you can see, like, he's managing, how many barrow loads have you done already? Yeah, so he's already done 3 barrow loads, which we're putting on the compost pile for the chickens to have a go at. But as I said right at the beginning of this video, straight after rains is probably the easiest time to do weeding and to do clearing, because the ground obviously has absorbed the water, and it's easier to pull things out and get things by the roots and that sort of thing. So anyway, hopefully this has been interesting to see just another different thing that we're planning to do in this area. Maybe we'll get to show how Sim goes with his potatoes along the middle section of this area. So this area is probably a 1.5 meters more to 2 meters in depth, so there's a big distance, so maybe 2 rows of potatoes right through the center. That's the plan. But yeah, thanks for joining us as we live our life less ordinary.